It was just another busy morning at the local grocery store, the kind of place where everyone knew each other. The air smelled of freshly baked bread from the bakery section, and the beeping of cash registers filled the space with a familiar rhythm. Emma had worked here for 3 years. She wasn't the fastest cashier, but she was the friendliest. She made sure every customer felt seen. "Morning, Mrs. Thompson. How's your grandson doing?" she asked with a bright smile, carefully scanning each item. Mrs. Thompson chuckled. "Growing too fast, dear. I swear, he was just a baby yesterday." Emma laughed softly as she bagged the groceries neatly. She took her time, too much time, according to her manager, Mr. Collins. From the back of the store, he stood watching, arms crossed, face like a storm brewing. The moment Emma handed Mrs. Thompson her receipt, the warmth drained from her face. The store, once filled with friendly chatter, suddenly felt suffocating. She wiped her hands on her apron and followed him, her heartbeat quickening, inside his office. The walls were covered in sales charts and schedules, all pinned up in perfect order. Collins liked efficiency, speed, precision. Emma, in his eyes, was too slow. He didn't even sit down. "Emma, you're a good worker, but," he sighed, "we've had complaints. Customers say you take too long. We need efficiency." Emma's stomach dropped. "Mr. Collins, I'm sorry, but we have to let you go." Her breath caught in her throat. "Wait, you're firing me? It's not personal. It's business. We need people who can keep up." It was personal. 3 years. 3 years of showing up early, staying late, covering shifts gone. Just like that, she walked out of the office in a day's apron, still tied around her waist. No warning, no second chance. As she stepped outside, the autumn wind cut through her sweater. The crisp air smelled of fallen leaves and city exhaust, but she barely noticed. Her hands trembled as she pulled out her phone. Who could she even call? No savings, no backup plan. Rent was due in 2 weeks. Tears stung at her eyes, but she forced them back. "No," she whispered to herself. "This isn't the end." But if it wasn't the end, then what was it? She turned back, staring at the store she had poured so much of herself into. The automatic doors slid open and closed, welcoming new customers, new employees. As if she had never been there at all, her phone buzzed. A text from her best friend, Mia. "Lunch. I have an idea." Emma wiped her face. "Yeah, I think I need one." She had no idea that this lunch was about to change everything. Emma sat at the corner booth of their favorite diner, stirring her coffee absent-mindedly. The aroma of fresh pancakes and sizzling bacon filled the air, but she had no appetite. Across from her, Mia leaned forward, eyes burning with excitement. "Okay, so you lost your job. But maybe that's a good thing." Emma let out a dry laugh. "How is getting fired a good thing, Mia?" "Because now you have a reason to start something of your own." Emma raised an eyebrow. "Something of my own? Like what? I have no money, no job, no business experience." Mia grinned and pulled out her phone. Double quotes, "Emma, you love food. You know how to run a store. What if instead of working for someone else, you run your own business?" Emma stared at her, waiting for the punchline. "You mean, like my own grocery store?" "Not just any store," Mia said, tapping on her screen. "A business that actually values people, that values employees, the way you always did." The words hit Emma harder than she expected. For years she had put customers first. She had learned their names, the little details that made them feel welcome. What if she could build a place where kindness and quality mattered more than speed? "Mia, that sounds amazing, but how would I even start?" Mia flipped her phone around. On the screen was a crowdfunding campaign. "You let people help you. You tell your story. And trust me, Emma, people love an underdog story." Asterisk, asterisk. Emma spent the next 3 months working tirelessly. She created a campaign titled, "They Fired Me for Being Too Slow. Now I'm opening my own store." She poured her heart into the story, sharing how she had been let go for putting people over profit, and something incredible happened. The internet responded. Within 1 week, donations started flooding in. Within a month, she had raised $50,000. By month 3, she had secured a small space in the very same neighborhood where she had once worked, and on grand opening day, a line stretched around the block. Former customers, strangers who had supported her, and even her old co-workers showed up. And then, at the back of the crowd, stood Mr. Collins, Emma's breath caught in her throat. He stepped forward, hands in his pockets. For a brief moment, she thought he was there to gloat. But then, he looked around at the store, her store, and nodded. "You did good." Emma smiled. "No hard feelings, Mr. Collins. I hear my store's hiring." The crowd erupted in laughter. Emma had started as a fired cashier. Now she was the boss, and she had built something that no one could ever take away from her. The end. But is it really the end? What do you think? Could you turn a setback into success like Emma did? Drop a comment below. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories.